A nonprofit based in Roxbury is offering help with getting skills in information technology. To tell us about getting certifications for programs in Microsoft Office are two guests from the Timothy Smith Network, the Executive Director, Milton Irving, and IT Specialist, Khalid. Mustafa, thank you both very much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
I want to start with Milton. For people who are not familiar, we've mentioned this name, Timothy Smith Network, so what is this exactly?
Well, the Timothy Smith Network was birthed actually in the 1800s. The thought of being able to provide services to the community of Greater Roxbury. Timothy Smith, who the foundation is named after, and the network as well, was a merchant in local Roxbury and Dudley. And he passed away in the 1800s, 1818 to be exact. And he gifted the city of Boston money at that point in time, which it sat for a few hundred years until then, where the city said, we have to do something with this money. What are we going to do with it? So then Mayor Menino and others developed the Timothy Smith Network. And what that is providing technology for the greatest number of people, within the Greater Roxbury area. So today we have established 29 labs, technology labs within Roxbury. And they run the gamut. There are a couple at BNN, there are some at Roxbury Community College, there are some at the Yaqui Boys and Girls Club, so they're spread over the Roxbury area. And all of these centers run different activities, but leveraging technology to reach the greatest number of people for the greater good.
Khalid, Mustafa, you work with people at different levels too, but for the short term, let's talk about this program, because I guess these certifications, these are for people who I guess already have some experience.
Yeah, so what we have is the vouchers to take the exams. And what we try to do is offer it to the community for those who are already experienced in using the applications and that see value in getting certified, and they just could come in. We have the training software for them to practice on, to get ready, and to be able to take the exam at no cost right now.
And we're talking about some programs that I imagine they must be widely used, maybe Word, Excel.
Yes, the widely used ones, as like you said, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and even now everybody talks about the Office 365, and even some of the other ones that people might not be, like Visio and Publisher, all those applications that you could get certified in through Microsoft.
Right. Milton, what about the kind of help you can give people? Because is this, you just sit them at a desk and let them work on their own, or do you have people there who can
No,
really
I think we're really focused on holistic approaches, right? So what we do is we work with the actual organizations that our centers are actually housed in. And we try to find out what they're actually running as a service to the community. And we figure out a way of how we can leverage that technology. So each of our labs has a coordinator that sits within the lab to be able to assist people, as well as the other external partnerships that we bring in, for example, Microsoft, for example, Harvard-Smithsonian and others. So we work with outside organizations and help them bring in services that will impact the greater good of the programs that are being held within these 29 different centers.
Khalid, I guess the other thing here is you try to make this affordable for people, right?
Yes, it's important for it to be affordable for individuals. And then sometimes it's important also for them to have some kind of buy-in to it. But we definitely try to make it affordable to get those who are usually left out into the game of technology and IT professionalism.
Well, what about people you've seen come through and how this program has made a difference for them?
You know, it's been very fortunate. We've been very fortunate. We reach toddlers, the tiny tots, all the way up to seniors. So again, each one of our centers run different programs and are targeted to different demographics and markets. But it's been great because it really creates, again, I use the word holistic approach. So you get the young kids involved and interested in technology, and they're able to then work with their parents. And then they're able to then work with their grandparents as well. So the whole goal is to bring people together around this gift of technology and being able to leverage it effectively.
Khalid, do you feel that it makes a difference for people being able to learn these kinds of things from a local organization?
Absolutely. I think that we could put a perspective on it too. So it's not just the technology, but how we can leverage the technology in our community to even make our community better, so our families better and our community better. So absolutely.
Milton, another thing you're working on, you're trying to close a pretty important and a significant gap right now when it comes to STEM subjects. What are you doing with that exactly?
We're doing a number of different things. Our most successful program to date is the Youth Capture the Colorful Cosmos program, which is a partnership with the Harvard-Smithsonian. And that's a fantastic program where we're allowing kids through the partnership to look at telescopes and look at the stars, right? And for them to understand that there is no ceiling in life, that there's so much more to what they see every day going to and from school or hanging out outside with their friends, but that there is a larger area, a larger scope and place for them to play. And when we give them the opportunity to look at the stars and to dream and to understand the different stars and how they operate and the different colors, and being able to then use a computer and the software within that computer to transform these different shapes and colors. It's amazing. It's very transformative.
We should mention, Khalid, if people want to find out more about these certification programs, because there is a deadline that they have to do this in, right?
Well, for the voucher one, yes, because the vouchers run out December 18th. So we want people to get in there and be able to take exams first come, first serve until we run out. So yes, the easiest way is to go to timothysmithnetwork.org website and do the contact, and you'll see my email address on there, itessentials@timothysmithnetwork.org.
And finally, Milton, if parents want to find out any more about the STEM programs, what should they do?
What they should do is, as Khalid was saying, is to dial in and give us a call, or to go onto our web portal, which is www.timothysmithnetwork.org. We have a fantastic director of programs, Adrienne Law, who runs fantastic programs, and she'd be willing to talk to anyone who has questions.
Thank you both very much for being with us, Milton Irving and Khalid Mustafa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From the Timothy Smith Network. Up ahead, the report from Dorchester with Bill Forey.